I'm live. Grateful day. Welcome to the 55th episode of the Faith Forward Fearlessly podcast with your host, me, Jenée Hudson, the Uplifter. I inspire current and transitioning professionals along with entrepreneurs, helping them with their passion of helping others, professional development, challenges, obviously along the way, and just that personal transformation to persevere in whatever journey that they're looking to succeed in, all anchored in faith. Thank you so very much for joining me today. Time for the shirt. Okay, so today's shirt pretty much says, blessed beyond measure. There's a back to it as well, but that pretty much says, stay blessed, stay humble, stay focused, and I think that's it. So for me, with this shirt, it's just simply all things that keep me walking by faith personally. And it's allowed me to just be the blessed entrepreneur that I am. And it fits perfect for today and what we're going to be discussing and things. So today's episode is called Faith at the Heart of Personal and Professional Success, because I utilize my faith with both things. All right. So in this episode, I'll share the insights where faith has been my actual anchor, right? In transforming challenges into opportunities for me. Hence why I got the 3 businesses, right? So we'll explore how combining actual faith into leadership, entrepreneurship, and legacy building creates a life of purpose and fulfillment, and how it's done it for me personally. So, of course, I like to give some statistics these days because it's just good to hear some of them, and I'm surprised of a lot of them myself. So, here are a few statistics. Did you know that 78% of employees in recent study cited values-driven leadership as the most important factor, literally in choosing where they work at? That is very impressive. And then 90% of successful entrepreneurs, they credit faith, their actual faith, or a core belief system as a key to overcoming setbacks. I know my faith helps me big time with setbacks, so I can believe in that's 90%. I'm actually not surprised it's not a little more, but it is what it is. And then 87% of employees said that they are more engaged when their work actually aligns with their personal values. They don't want to just be in work, right? And they're not fulfilling their personal values. So that really helps them. That's a huge number, by the way. All right. So let's get ready for an inspiring conversation today that blends actionable takeaways and strategies to elevate your journey. All right. So here are 4 main gifts for today's episode. Gift number 1. Faith as a foundation for transformation. So, faith provides that just grounding and discipline, right? And it's necessary to navigate personal and professional challenges. It empowers individuals to actually lead with purpose and integrity. I'm huge on integrity. It simply inspires that transformation in themselves and in others. I know it did for me, and it still does ongoing because I'm all about my faith. So let me give you some just practical steps with this. I like to give action steps these days because I'm all about not just receiving information, but I'm like, can I just have the tools to actually take action and do what I need to do, right? So we're going to start with journaling. So you could use, for journaling, you could use goal setting journaling, okay? For goals, like document insights, different struggles that you're going through, and moments of clarity that come with like, from those actual reflections. So identify core values and beliefs is the next one. And what do I mean by this? Well, you could actually use online assessments. Not sure if you knew this, and like actual surveys like MBTI, which stands for a Myers-Briggs type of indicator, if you guys have heard of that. It tests like, which is like it's actually free, just so you know, but it's like a research-based tool, and that tool actually identifies your actual key character strengths, you guys, and your values. So it's very helpful if you utilize that particular tool. Now, use these values as like a guidepost, once you have them, for like decision making in your business and your personal life, and again, just along your journey. It's going to be very helpful. You can use it for personal and professional life as well. Very, very helpful. All right. Gift number 2. Unified mission for greater impact. What do I mean by that? Well, aligning personal passions, you guys, and professional pursuits under a core mission amplifies actual impact. And, with faith-driven leadership, it's like it integrates with like the legacy building that you're going through. And it creates like a holistic approach to success, which is very, very successful and very, very helpful. Let me give you some practical tips for that in case you're not sure like where to go or how to even start with that type of thing. Some tips for that would be like simply just conduct a values audit, okay? So you probably ask, well, what's a values audit? Well, it's tools like a VIA for short. That means values in action, because I'm all about action, right? So it's a survey of like character strengths. We used to do this back in our corporate world, but it's character strengths or like a printed card sort of exercise that help you actually prioritize certain values. Very, very helpful for you to even do with yourself, you guys. Here's an example, like sorting index cards. You know how you have index cards with like actual value statements on the index cards, like the word integrity or innovation. That just simply helps you to identify what resonates most. Very helpful, and it helps you get rid of certain things just along your journey and the words that you intake for your mindset. All right. Also, you can create an actual integrated business plan. I know this sounds like far-fetched when people say business plans and things, but this is really simple to do. It's pretty much like where you develop cross promotional strategies for the most part for your business, or again along your journey, whatever you're into, using like content creation, all right, and actual management tools like Canva. I know a lot of us use that. I use Canva, or if you've heard of Notion, that does the same thing, as well as Evernote. Evernote helps. And then last, Adobe Creative Cloud, if you've heard of that, that's a very helpful tool as well for your business and your journey. All right. Gift number 3 is legacy as a tangible expression of faith. All right. So, family and just legacy oriented ventures like my cake business, Rosemary's Heavenly Pound Cakes, made by Jenée. It simply demonstrates like how principles of faith and hard work and my determination, right, can manifest in like an actual entrepreneurship. Legacy is not just what you believe, or what you leave behind, I should say, like for your kids or whoever you might be leaving that behind for, but it's like values and it's like inspiration, of just your daily life and how you live. So some practical steps to help with this legacies and things like that are, one, you guys, and I did some of these for my business. Write a mission or an actual like legacy statement, and it pretty much will outline what your business represents, okay? And why it matters, all right? Let me give you an example. So an example, like I mentioned, my cake business, okay? That's one of the easier ones. So Rosemary's Heavenly Pound Cakes, total legacy, right? So it's like persevering like that, the family recipes, and the values while actually inspiring entrepreneurial resilience really, really helped me to have this legacy going on with my cake business. Obviously, I learned how to bake that cake in my aunt's basement. She's the one who taught me before she passed of cancer over 7 years ago. And I just wanted to keep it going in her name and in her memory and things like that. Not to mention, it wasn't my recipe, it was hers. So I wanted to, show that, this was not my recipe, even though it's tastes amazing, you guys. If you haven't tried it, you're in those other states. I do ship nationally at rosemaryspoundcakes.com. Okay, just so you know. But it's a legacy, right? My mom was helping her a lot. They were very close because she had that catering business here in Michigan. And like, even though my mom is now in Vegas, she bakes and sells them there as well. So she has her small little business. She don't ship nationally like I do to all the states, but it's very helpful and it's just keeping the legacy going, you guys. And the names of my cakes are named after my aunt Rose, who helped me with the cakes, my mother Mary, as well as my grandmother Ann Treese, who helped me with my chocolatey goodness pound cake. All right. Legacy is everything, you guys. So really just, it helps to incorporate just those legacy stories as well, like I'm telling you now, into your actual brand. If you have something like that, whether it's a product or a service, and it comes by way of a legacy. All right. So just simply share your actual story of your business, like I just did with you, just a piece of it, and use it for actual storytelling in marketing, such as like videos or live on Instagram, kind of like I'm doing now within this podcast with that. This will help you literally like connect with your audience and to your legacy. It'll keep that going. All right. Next is, last but not least, is gift number 4. So if you missed the first 3 gifts, please go back, watch this over, listen to it, and get the gems. All right. So last is gift number 4, and that is storytelling as a leadership tool. I'm pretty much going to show you how to kind of use that. All right. So, sharing actual like personal stories like I just did of like overcoming adversity, it simply improves your actual leadership, and it inspires others to just persevere, you guys. You're helping someone when you don't even know it, believe it or not. By me just sharing and being authentic, it has really helped many people. They've come back to me like, man, Jenée, I didn't think that I could do that either. Like, I had that fear of speaking about a year ago personally. They were like, you couldn't have had a fear of speaking. And I'm like, that was me. So it can happen to the best of us, right? But I'm through it, grateful, and it's helped me to persevere. That's helped them to now speak up and do the same thing. So very, very helpful. So authentic storytelling, you guys, it simply just builds that trust, right? And it creates like an emotional connection as well to your audience and like with yourself, literally. Like I was able to just get past that fear of speaking, and here I am, number 55 at the podcast, you guys. Out here just doing other speaking engagements and just blessing other people who need to hear it. So very helpful. Let me give you some practical steps to these things to help you out, just in case you feel like you just need some, tips on that. So, practice sharing stories, like I said, in very authentic ways. Just be yourself. People really want to see you just be yourself. And then they know if you're not being yourself. So just be yourself. I always say, I can only be me, thank God. Or I always say, God made me and he didn't make no mistakes. So yes, we do have choices. However, I ain't perfect by far, but I'm doing the best that I can do. So therefore I know I'm worthy of more, right? So with that, let me tell you as far as being authentic in those ways and how to actually use those tools. For me, and what has helped is to simply just be very relevant, okay, with what's going on in your journey along inside your business and things like that when doing these storytellings, all right? Of course, try not to put out things that are going to really make you feel some kind of way to where you're not going to be able to get across what you're trying to say to help another person and things like that. I know, like I said, on 2 of these podcasts during these 55 that I've done so far, I did have very vulnerable moments, and 2 of them, who knew that when I spoke about something that personal that happened into my life, that I was going to be in tears. So I showed that vulnerability, but I know you guys were so wonderful when I did do that, and I thank you again. But try, if not, to even touch that subject if you're not ready, because I thought I was, but clearly it needed to be heard though, because I did have someone reach out to me and they were so thankful that I put that out there, because they told me they kind of felt like they were alone. You know what I mean? And the fact that I just put it out there, because it seems like, oh, well, Jenee's running through 3 businesses and she's got it going on, and I too do have hard times and challenges and storms that I go through, right? So to be vulnerable, where they can still hear you to the best of your ability, is very, very important to do. All right. So keep that in mind when you're putting out these stories and things. But make sure that when you do put them out, you can do them in like Google presentations, on Zoom meetings, whether you're doing it on a masterclass or just a direct class or just a one-on-one with people, right? Tell testimonies of things. Zoom meetings, like I said, social media, like we're on right now, on Facebook. And this will help you, literally, you guys, to just inspire and continue to connect with your audience. Hope that helps. All right. Also, incorporate visuals, you guys, like photos, just actual videos, reels, all those type of things, and bring your story to life. Let me tell you, when I say bring it to life, you guys, people's attention spans are no more, okay? So it's very important that from even the start of things, just go right into what's very relevant and important so that you can capture them and they'll want more, right? People say that the type of speaker that I am is a storyteller. So I start telling the story and they want more. Even after I get to the end or I cut it off or I'm done with it, they're like, okay, we want more. What happened next? What'd you do? And I give them some of that, but they just want more. So that's a good thing. All right. Lastly is you need to, and you could leverage the actual stories for branding. That also helps you while you're doing all this, right? So let me tell you a few ways to do that. Literally, you guys, you can create like a meet the founder or CEO, whatever you call yourselves, right? All of those things. So, you can create that particular page on your actual website. All right. or an actual series of like social media posts, like sharing your personal milestones. That is a great way to do this as well. Also, turn your stories into a marketing campaign, you guys. This is so very crucial and very, very helpful when you're just trying to elevate your business and your journey and everything that you're doing. Turn it into a marketing campaign. Like literally utilize MailChimp. I know most of us have heard of MailChimp. You can use that. That's actually one of the simpler ones. But this just helps to educate your actual brand itself, whether again, it's a service or a product, whatever it is, even if you're your brand, it helps you. You can use MailChimp. All right. But remember, make it relatable, always relatable. All right. You guys, I really hope that you were able to capture many of these helpful tips and resources and actionable steps to better assist you with just your personal journeys and your businesses. I know they're very, very helpful for me, or I didn't know until actually I did them, but they do work. So hopefully you'll, take some of these tips and run with them as well. All right. Know that faith is not just a personal belief, you guys. It really is not. It's very, very powerful. Like, it's a very powerful source. I always say it's like as small as a mustard seed, right? That can literally transform your entire life and inspire those around you. You guys, since I've been so heavy into my faith these like 5+ years, man, there have been so many blessings that have come upon me, and people can be blessings too. The people I have met, that I collaborate with, the business partners, such a blessing. So I say, try walking by faith. It is a life changer. Take it from me. All right. Now listen, whether it's just leading with integrity, I'm huge with integrity, right? In your actual personal endeavors, you guys, or just persevering a family legacy, like I mentioned earlier, or even mentoring others like I do through challenges, their faith actually remains the heart of a true success. Trust me, very, very valuable, right? Remember, when your actions actually align, with your values, the actual impact is so priceless, you guys. I can't say that enough. Also, I want to give you a bonus. All right, so here is an amazing bonus. You guys, I've been doing this since the end of last year, and I have been blessed that people have literally been actually getting into my Calendly and signing up for this free actual consultation with me. So I am so grateful, so grateful. So I want to continue this going. It's almost like giving back. It's so rewarding for me, to give away something free and to be able to help someone even start on their way. So here's an amazing bonus for you. This opportunity for this particular podcast, in which I am continuing to sign up people for. So again, very grateful for that. But I'm giving 2 free spots, all right, for you actually to have a deeper dive of what I've spoken about today for this particular podcast. And I can help you further, literally, to do so as well within your journey and or your business. All right. So with this topic, which was called the faith at heart of personal and or professional success. All right. I can show you how to do that because again, I'm living it. So why not get it from someone who's doing it, right? That's how I feel. So, all right. 2 slots, you guys. And it is free, 30 minutes. So I'm going to put the Calendly link into the actual information when I post this today. Just the first 2 people though, because I do have others who have already signed up for other things. So I'm keeping it going and helping them out and things like that. But yeah, book your one-on-one. Hope to see you soon. All right. As always, you guys, man, of course, I feel you are such blessings. I am so, so grateful that you jump on each time. And for those who are new as well, to just hear me out, listen to the Faith Forward Fiercely podcast, number 55, you guys. Hey, if you're going to start a podcast, do it. So rewarding, you guys. So great, right? To just give out tips to help people out, as well as I'm helping myself in this process. Let me tell you. All right. So as always, thank you so very much for being a part of this episode. I am so grateful for you guys. I cannot thank you enough. But you know me, Jenée Hudson, the Uplifter. So appreciate it. As always, you guys have a very blessed day and a very, very prosperous, we're still in the new year in my opinion, new year on purpose. Later.